Yo, Lisa! It was nice seeing you again today. 17 years now since the last time we made contact with one another, right? I'm sure seeing me come out of nowhere like that was quite the surprise for you.
Nice seeing you as well, Troy. Now what do you want with me?
Huh?
I'm asking what my ex-husband, the man that said he should be married to a younger woman after all, before stabbing me in the back and running off with my little sister, wants from me. You were following me all afternoon, going on and on about how you had something to ask me about Rebecca, and that's why I'm responding to you now, because I have no other choice. And just a reminder, after you tell me what you wanted to say and ask, I'm going to be deleting your contact info again and don't want to see you anymore.
Oh, that's right, about Rebecca.
I heard that you both broke up with one another 1 year after you left me for her. But that was 16 years ago, so why do you want to ask about her now?
That was just an excuse.
Huh?
I had to say something in order for you to eventually give me your number like that. But even before that, I had to actually find out where you were living now and come out here and hang out around the area waiting to run into you. And I can't believe that even worked out for me to begin with. Sure, you're 17 years older now, and that age is really beginning to show, but you still have that same old face, which made it so easy for me to recognize you.
Do you have nothing better to do right now? Why the hell would you come out around my house waiting for me to come out?
I wanted to show you how happy I'm living right now.
Huh?
Right now, I'm about to start going out with this super young and super hot girl.
Oh, now I'm really not curious.
Just listen for 2 seconds. Her name is Lanny, and she's a college student. She's currently working part-time at a ramen restaurant called Rama close to Hartford Station.
What? Did you say Rama?
It's a pretty famous restaurant in that part of the city, so you have to know it as well, right?
Well, I do know about it. But a girl named Lonnie working at Rama?
Right. Just her name alone is super cute, right?
I also happen to know the owner of Rama, by the way. And that Lonnie you're speaking of is still in high school. So...
What? But I was told by a frequent customer to that place that the owner's daughter is a college student. He said she's available and everything right now, and that I definitely have a chance with her.
And Lonnie happens to be the owner's niece. The owner's daughter left the state last year to go to some college out in Boston. She was also staying at her grandma's house while in high school, so there was no way you were seeing her while she was still around. So that has to be the high schooler you're talking about.
Ah, is that right?
By the way, Lonnie's dad also happens to work at that restaurant.
Wait, really?
And he happens to be younger than you.
What?
If you understand what I'm saying now, then stop thinking such depraved thoughts about a high school student and stop going out to Rama, please.
She has a father who's younger than me?
Thank God I was here to tell you the truth before you went and committed a crime.
Ugh. Yo!
What? What this time? Is there something else you're wanting to bug me about?
Yesterday, I was so shocked over the things you told me that I never had the chance to talk with you about the one thing I needed to say.
Is that so? Well, if you want something from me, hurry up and say it. Right now, I'm in the middle of my very important break from work, trying to relax and not think about things.
Ah, so you really are working now?
Yes, I'm working.
I see. I knew that would be the case.
What the hell is this?
You're gonna be a single old hag forever, right?
What? Wait, what the hell did you just say? You think it's okay to be saying rude things like that at your age? Me being single right now or married right now has nothing at all to do with you, Troy.
That's not totally true, though, because I know that I'm correct when I say that you don't seem to be married at all.
Why would you think that?
Because the guy who saw you the other day said that you're living in a one-bedroom condo right now that's meant for young and single adults to be living in.
And you assume that that's my house?
Well, it has to be, right?
Hey, what the hell is this all about, Troy? All of today and yesterday, you lied to me in order to start a conversation with me. And then you started to brag about how you'd be going out with a high schooler of all people. You told me all you wanted was to brag about how happy your life is right now, yet you're back speaking to me again after all that was said and done yesterday? It's been 17 whole years now since you and I got divorced, so what the hell is your goal now?
Well, after that little embarrassing thing I brought up with you yesterday, I thought I'd stop right then and there and never talk to you again. But this morning I realized something.
What?
Lisa, about you. The fact that you're still single at the moment means that you must still have some feelings for me, right?
Huh? No frickin' way would I ever hold any feelings for a man that backstabbed me like you did for the past 17 years.
Are you sure about that? Then why are you still working like that?
There are tons of women who are married and still work a job.
But you're not married! You're still a single old hag!
Who the hell ever said that?
Which means you still have feelings for me, right?
I do not, all right? Shut the hell up, man.
Hey, want to get remarried to me?
Huh?
You and I, we're really getting up there in age now, right? I'm sure this is all moving along way too fast for someone like you, but I've had to start thinking about what my life will be like once I've retired. And when you think about yourself being a single woman in your 70s, don't you feel hopeless and alone?
How about you stop assuming that I'm single when I never said anything about whether or not I'm married right now?
But you not giving me an answer right now means that you're too embarrassed to tell me the truth, right? In other words, you're still single after the last 17 years.
Jesus frickin' Christ. The only reason I haven't said anything is because talking with you is a pain in the ass.
Huh? A pain in the ass?
What the hell is the point of explaining my life to some asshole who cheated on me with my little sister? That's why I haven't told you anything about myself. But I can see now that not telling you anything is far worse for me, as you're just going to assume now the person I am, which is even more annoying. So I'll explain things.
What?
To start, take a look at this picture.
What is this a picture of? Why does she look like you in a gown and cap?
That's a photo of me graduating from university.
Huh? But aren't you and I the same age and everything?
After I divorced you, I went back to university. I thought that it was time for me to study some more and make something out of my life.
But at the age you were at, wasn't that a bit of a pain? Going to university after you had to get a divorce from your husband?
I have the right to do whatever the hell I want after you left me for my sister. After you were gone, I had gone back to university to study. I was finally able to get the kind of job I'd been wanting. And what's even better than that, I was able to meet my current husband there.
Your current husband? But you're single right now.
Next is this picture.
What's this?
Those are wedding bands.
What?
And considering that these bands are much different designs than the ones you got back when we were married, you can tell that I was given mine by someone else, right?
Then you're seriously married right now?
Now you take a look at this picture. That is my current husband playing with our toddler.
What?
I didn't want you seeing what they both look like now, so that's a picture I took of them a few years ago when my daughter was a toddler. But as you can see, I have a husband now that I've been married to, and we had a daughter together. My husband also happens to understand that I enjoy working the kind of job I have right now. And both his mom and dad are very loving people that treat me like I'm a daughter of theirs rather than an object.
So you're really married then?
I really am. And for the longest time now, I've been enjoying life with them.
Then why do you have a condo right now that's meant for a single person? Don't tell me you have issues with your husband now and have been taking another man there to make love to him secretly. If that's really the case, then make me that secret lover of yours instead.
It's undeniable now that you've become this disgusting wreck of an old geezer now. Listen, have you not yet noticed that the condo you speak of was just an Airbnb?
What?
From time to time, I'm having to travel a little ways out of town for work, and there is nobody in the area I can stay with. So I thought instead of getting a hotel, I'd be better off staying at an Airbnb like that one. So after talking with my company, they said I could have a room there instead of in a hotel. That's all.
So you were on a business trip?
Yep, and that right there is what's happened to me these past 17 years. Now that you're aware of everything, you shouldn't need to bother me anymore, right?
No, wait, but...
In conclusion, you have nothing to do with my life now, and I will not include you in it.
What?
Bye-bye.
Yo, Lisa, get out here right now!
Wait, what?
I just need this place while you're here for business, so let me come live in there with you!
Huh?
I don't have anywhere else to live right now, so please let me live in there with you! And as a thank you for doing that, I'll eat you out tonight and every night!
Screw off. I already finished my business trip now and am back home with my husband and kid. Right now there's nobody in that condo.
What did you say? You told me before that you were going to be around for 1 month, right?
No, I didn't. I was only there for the week, and that ended 2 days ago.
Huh? Are you kidding me?
By the way, Troy, before you came to the condo today looking for me, you went and made a move on that Rebecca, right?
What?
I was just about to tell her to look out for you, but she told me that you already stopped by. You made the mistake of thinking that she was single when you went in to talk to her. You told her that you'd been kicked out by the woman you'd been living with for 10 years and said you'd get back together with her as long as she took care of you, right? But then you noticed that she had a middle school son with her that she had to walk away with after you approached her, right?
You know all about that, too?
My sister told me she never expected you to come out where I'd be so many years later and said sorry for not saying anything to me sooner about you.
You guys... Are you guys actually talking to one another again? The two sisters that ruined my life and left me for dead have...
Hearing you say that about us is not right at all. After having taken you from me 17 years ago and then being thrown out by you a year later, my sister's eyes were open to a lot of things. She actually went out to my parents' house not too long after all that happened between you two and apologized to them. I haven't been around my parents' place for some time now, so I wasn't able to meet with her then when she did that. But she continued to try and get in touch with me, wanting to apologize each and every time for what she'd done. I'm not saying that her and I are 100% okay with one another again, but we're at least to the point now where we can talk with one another again over the phone if we need to.
No freaking way!
And with that, this is really it. Don't you ever bother any of us ever again.
Lisa, about a place for me to live.
Screw you.
Lisa!
Goodbye forever. A few days later, I received a phone call from Troy's older brother. Apparently, his older brother is the one who owns his parents' house now, after they had both passed away years ago. Troy went and sold all of his belongings in order to get the money to afford a plane ticket and go all the way back there to live with his older brother. By the time he had made it home to see his brother and his family, he looked like he had fought a war as he began to tell his brother what all had happened. However, his older brother found the story very creepy and told Troy that he never wanted to let him into their house again. But, being his older brother, he did go and ask a friend of his to help Troy out by giving him a new job. And so, after a night of having to sleep out in the shed, Troy's brother came out and grabbed him by the neck before throwing him into a van that took him away to a new location in a dorm room. Without even knowing what had happened to him, Troy was in a new world, working a job he never even asked to do. Troy was also asked to pay his brother back close to $30,000, as that was the amount he'd paid to help Troy out with his divorce and everything 17 years before, after he had cheated on me. Now Troy's in the process of working a very tough job in order to pay that off, while also being disciplined and straightened out by a bunch of big guys he has to work alongside. As for myself, I'm back at home still with my husband and daughter, enjoying the peace and quiet again after blocking Troy's number and never hearing from him again. I'm still at a loss as to what happened over those couple of days with him, but I was never actually worried about him being able to find my family and I, because we don't even live anywhere close to that city, hence me staying in that Airbnb when I have to go on business trips. And when it comes to the relationship between my sister and I know it's not all that strong yet, but over time I'm sure I'll be able to see her in person again. Just give me a few more years, and by then I might even be willing to consider her a part of my family and let her see my daughter and husband. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hello, Lily. Say, are you still planning on marrying my dear boy, Ethan?
Good evening, Mom. It's nice to hear from you. How are you?
Whoa, slow down there, young lady. You and Ethan aren't actually married yet. Calling me Mom seems a little inappropriate, don't you think? Sheesh.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to upset you. Let me just start over. How are you, Donna?
Fine, whatever. Just answer my question, hun. Are you really going through with this wedding?
Yes, I was planning on it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said yes when he proposed. Plus, our wedding's tomorrow, and...
All right, let me ask you this then. How much money do you have in your savings?
What, this again?
What about your parents? How much money do they make? They better be saving up for their own retirement. Are they in debt? Are you in debt?
Whoa, you really need to slow down, Donna. We've been over this already. Why do I have to share any of that information with you? I am marrying your son after all, so I can see why you're concerned about my financials. But everything else you're asking about feels a little intrusive, don't you think? You keep bringing up my parents. What do they have to do with anything?
I've told you this before. Stop responding to my questions with new questions. All I need you to do is give me your answer, and we're done. Why is that so hard for you to understand?
Well, as I've told you before, we don't have any debt. As for all your other questions, I can't answer them until I know what your intentions are.
Fine. I see how it is. If you can't give me a straight answer, even on the night of your wedding, I guess that's just how it's going to be. I've had enough. Don't even bother. I will see you tomorrow.
Okay, good night, Donna. Hey, Ethan. Your mom texted me again asking about my family's financial situation.
What? Again? Jeez, I can't believe she's still bringing that up. What exactly did she ask you this time?
The same set of questions as before, and the time before that.
I see. Dad and I have both told her it's not polite or appropriate to pry like that. But it just goes into one ear and out the other. I'm really sorry.
It's fine. I'm just glad at least you and Victor have my back.
We need to make sure we keep an eye on her at the wedding tomorrow. I hope she doesn't try to pull anything stupid. Worst case, if she does, I'm prepared to kick her out of the venue.
I really hope it doesn't come to that.
Same here. I'll talk to Mom again tonight. Make sure she doesn't try anything funny tomorrow. I'll ask my dad and my other relatives to keep an eye on her too. I'm really sorry about all of this. My mother making a scene is the last thing we need on our wedding day. I'm glad at least the ceremony went well. You were absolutely stunning.
Oh, thanks, dear. Now we just have to get through the reception. I hope it goes well.
Well, Mom's been pretty quiet so far, so I'm hoping that's a good sign. If she can behave herself for the rest of the day, everything will be good.
The scowl on her face makes me a little nervous, though.
Yeah. She's definitely not doing a good job masking her mood. But maybe she realizes she shouldn't do anything rash? All of our friends and relatives are here too, after all.
I hope you're right. All I want is for everyone to have a good time and for the reception to go smoothly.
I knew it. So you were after our money. You've been exposed, Missy. Ethan definitely won't go through with this wedding now. Oh, how unfortunate for you.
What is your problem? You yanked the microphone out of the MC's hand, then you started insulting me, calling me a money-grabbing gold digger. And then you poured wine on my dress and announced that the wedding was off. How could you do something like that?
Because I had to. You left me no choice. I've been on to you for a while now. I thought it odd that you could never give me a straight answer about your finances. Something smelled fishy. But listening to your father's speech made it very clear to me. You were only with Ethan so you could get your hands on our money. You were so close. You must have been ecstatic about the opportunity to marry the son of a CEO. Well, too bad.
Have you lost your mind? What part of my father's speech could have possibly made you think that? You better have a good reason for interrupting him, because that was incredibly rude.
I'll give you 3 good reasons. First of all, he said that you went to a vocational school. Your family must have been so poor that the option of going to college was never even in the cards. Second of all, your father said that he was sick. Therefore, he can't work. So that means, when my husband and I met your parents for the first time, he lied to us about working as a cook. And third of all, your mother works full-time. What woman would choose to do that if your family wasn't in need of money? Your mother could have been a stay-at-home mom. But that's not the case. So, there you have it. All the evidence I need to conclude that the only reason you were trying to marry Ethan was so that you could be the wife of a future CEO and take all our money. Not so smug now, are you? You deceitful low-class bimbo. You have no place in my family.
Uh-huh. I see. Fine then. The wedding is canceled. I hope you're pleased with yourself.
I am, indeed. Now, get lost, you beggar. Lily, is it true? I heard that after you announced that you canceled the wedding yesterday, you actually carried on with it as planned.
Yes, we did. We were actually going to cancel the reception and send everyone home after you ruined my dress and my father's speech. But after seeing everything that happened, the staff at the venue felt bad and were kind enough to let us stay later than the time we booked the place for. Fortunately, we were the only couple getting married there yesterday, so they didn't even charge us for the extra time. It was very nice of them to make those arrangements for us. After we watched you practically skip out of the venue, happy as a clam, we carried on with the reception.
I can't believe this. So when Victor dropped me off at the house saying he had some errands to run, he was actually...
Headed back to the venue to join us, exactly.
Oh, how dare he do that to me? After I went through all the trouble to expose your true identity. You nasty double-dealing pauper!
Let me set the record straight because it seems you're confused about a lot of things. I don't need you to be making any more presumptions about me and my family.
Confused? Presumptuous? Please, I know exactly what's going on. You foolish little girl. You're still trying to trick me, aren't you?
Trust me, I'm not. You seem to be missing a lot of context because you interrupted my father's speech and never listened to the end of it. First of all, yes, I did go to a vocational school. I chose to go to the culinary school so I could help my dad out with the business.
The business? What business?
You seem to think he works at a restaurant as a cook? Which I guess isn't entirely wrong, but there's more to it. He's the head chef at the restaurant he owns.
I'm sorry, what?
I went to culinary school so I could learn the basics and prepare myself before I started working with my dad at the restaurant.
The head chef and owner of a restaurant? What are you even talking about?
My great-grandfather opened a gourmet Italian restaurant way back in the day, and our family's been running the business for decades. As for my dad being sick, that was back when I was in high school. Thankfully, his recovery went well. He's all better now and works in the kitchen every day.
But he never mentioned anything like that.
If you recall correctly, in the speech, he mentioned the time he got sick. He never said he was chronically ill. Plus, after you left, my dad got to finish his speech, and he made a mention of it. He thanked me for my support and for helping out with things at the restaurant during those difficult times. My dad wrote his whole speech down before the reception. So if you hadn't interrupted him when you did, the fact that he made a full recovery would have come up later in the speech.
I didn't think there was much more to it.
And about my mom and her career, she still chooses to work because she loves what she does. Becoming a counselor was her dream. She loved helping others ever since she was a little kid. She worked very hard to build up to the point she's at today. No matter how much money her spouse made or what job they had, giving up on her career was always out of the question for her.
Huh.
Everyone has different values. And it's natural for people to have different goals in life. But it's not okay to make assumptions about them or insult them because of it.
Fine. I admit that I didn't have the whole story, I guess. But that still doesn't change anything. I doubt your family's making much from running one measly little restaurant. I'm sure it's nothing compared to the massive corporation my husband runs. I still don't have enough evidence to be convinced that you're not after our wealth.
Earlier you said you had 3 good reasons to believe that I was only with Ethan for the money. But I just explained everything. The assumptions you based your reasons on were wrong in the first place. Your arguments are completely baseless.
Oh, you're just splitting hairs at this point. You think you got me beat with your flimsy argument? None of that matters because you're not marrying Ethan. I won't allow it. He's going to be leading the company after my husband retires. Being with a poor peasant girl like yourself is detrimental to his future.
Lily! I'm so sorry about my mother's behavior. I have no idea what's gotten into her, but it's completely unacceptable.
I'm okay, Ethan. At least you and your dad are on my side. Of course we are. We know you and we know your character. You're a kind, hardworking, and loving person.
Thanks. I really appreciate that.
So, I have something I wanted to talk to you about, and I want my dad and your parents to be there to hear it. Can you talk to your parents so we can arrange a time for all of us to meet in the next few days? Alright, sure. What is it that you want to talk about, though?
I've been thinking about a lot of stuff. about the business, about our future. I want to make the best choices for us. Dad's been helping me figure some of it out, too. I think I reached a decision. But I wanted to run it by you and your parents first.
Okay. I'll check my parents' schedule and get back to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
Lily, answer your phone this instant. What did you tell my husband and son? There's no way they would treat me like this unless you were behind it.
I'm not behind anything, Donna. Victor and Ethan just told me what I assume they told you. Ethan said he wanted to take my family's name and cut ties with you. And Victor said he was going to officially announce that Ethan's cousin Sean will be taking over the company after he retires. Oh, and that he's also planning on divorcing you. At least that's what my parents and I were told. That's all I know.
You can't be serious! Why wasn't I a part of this conversation? Oh, unbelievable.
Well, considering the way you behaved at the wedding, I'm not surprised that Victor and Ethan felt they wouldn't be able to have a rational discussion with you. It might feel unreasonable, but I can't really blame them.
This is an outrage. After 30 years of marriage and dedicating my life to being a devoted housewife and supporting my husband while he ran his family's company. What irks me the most is that Victor is telling me that when we split our assets after the divorce, he's going to make me take part of my share and pay you for the damages that I caused at the reception. $50,000! All of his relatives are saying it's only fair, but they're wrong. Everyone's being so cruel to me. I can't stand this.
Mom, I know you're upset, but please, stop taking your anger out on Lily.
Ethan? Oh, don't tell me you're with her right now.
Of course I'm with her. We just brought our papers to City Hall. It's official. We're a married couple now.
I can't believe it.
I took her last name, just like I told you I would.
What have you done?
I'm going to keep working at Dad's company as an employee, but I'm not involving Lily or myself in business operations.
But you're my only son. And you were supposed to take over the business, become the CEO. Do you truly think that what you're doing is acceptable?
I already told you, Sean's taking over the business, not me. And besides, this decision wasn't official until now. But it was practically decided for a while.
What?
You just assumed I was taking Dad's place and made a whole big deal about nothing.
But think of the position that puts you in.
This puts me in a great position, because it's exactly what I wanted. Sean's great at what he does. He's skilled, innovative, and very capable. The company's in good hands with a businessman of his caliber at the top. You may have supported Dad at home, but you have no say in what happens with the company. It has nothing to do with you.
This can't be.
Lily's my family now. I need to go. I'm sorry, but after everything you did at the wedding, I've lost respect for you completely. And I honestly just want nothing to do with you. And as far as your relationship with Dad's concerned, go talk to him about it. I'm sure you both have some stuff to figure out.
Ethan, no. Please wait.
Bye, Mom.
Donna was furious and kept making a fuss, blaming me for everything. But Victor's lawyer told her that she should consider herself lucky that I wasn't suing her for assault or defamation. And that she should be grateful that the family wanted to settle things in a civil manner. I guess that scared her quite a bit because she signed the divorce papers immediately after. I don't understand why she thought what she did at the wedding and her divorce had anything to do with each other, though. Because she was nervous that I was going to threaten to sue her if she didn't sign. Either way, Victor and Donna split their assets after the divorce and Donna got a chunk of money. But she had to leave and go back to living with her parents. Bad news travels fast, apparently, because all of her friends and neighbors knew about what she did. Donna overheard one of her neighbors gossiping about her one day and punched her in the nose. The neighbor had to go to the hospital and sue Donna for medical expenses, so the money she got after the divorce was completely gone. Her parents kicked her out of their house, and apparently she lives in a town far away now. All alone, working to support herself every day.